Hi everyone, if you will from please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I do have a new review for you tonight. I do have a new review for tonight. So the movie we're reviewing tonight is Nobody 2. Um, I don't know if this is the same director. I think it's the first one. I'm sorry, no, I gotta get my information up. I do apologize. We'll probably get to that, but yeah. So we got Nobody 2. Um, and we have a lot of the returning cast coming back to this sequel. Uh, we have Bob Odenkirk again, who plays Hutch Mansell. Connie Nielsen plays his wife Becca Mansell, and of course, RZA comes back in here. You got the return of Christopher Lloyd, who plays his dad. Uh, Michael Ironside makes another return in here. A really short role for Michael Ironside, but these so basically this movie is uh so Hutch Mansell and his family, they he's basically he's doing all these assignments, and because the secret's out now, from that first movie, his family knows what he does, they know his past. So he's going out and he's taking all these assignments and everything, while still being undercover. After a while, his wife is like, "Man, you're doing too much. Look, you got kids. You still have a family you got to take care of, and you're barely here. You got to do all these assignments or whatever." And then one day, Hutch just goes like, "You know what? Damn, my wife is right. I think we need to go on a vacation." And so they do just that. They go on a vacation, uh, and go to this family resort. But it just seems like no matter where Hutch and his family go, trouble's sure to follow. And now we have our movie, our sequel, Nobody 2. So you have some newcomer actors in here as well too. You got Colin Hanks in here, who plays Abel. He's pretty much like the sheriff of the place they vacation to, and they basically some stuff goes down where his son's being picked on at a carnival or whatever, and uh, there's a scene where, and they show the scene in the trailer where the guy uh, flicks the back of his daughter's hat or whatever, and I looked at when I saw Clint, or Hutch Mansell do that. I was like, ooh. I was like, when I saw the guy do that to Hutch Mansell's daughter, I was like, you pissed off the wrong guy. So, now this movie, uh, the thing I do appreciate about Nobody, and I said it in the first review too, and I'll link the first review to the bottom of this one as well. I just reviewed that movie a couple of days ago, just in preparation for this movie, as I said in that review. But this movie, again, it's a brutal, over the top action film. Uh, has violence in it, just like the original did. It's just really brutal. Um, but I just feel like I don't know. It's just the story to the plot, and I guess like these types of movies, you're not supposed to look at them for the plot. Um, Not even so much as the characters, even really. Uh, Colin Hanks in here, as you guys know, was Tom Hanks' son. I thought he was good in here. I mean, he just plays your typical, sheriff villain. He's the sheriff of the town or whatever, and he does villainy sheriff things because he's the bad villain, the bad sheriff of this town or whatever. with there's like these rednecks that keep bothering him and stuff too. And they actually tried to recreate a scene in here, which is one of my favorite scenes in the first movie, and it was that bus scene where the Russians hopped on there and they were kicking each other's asses pretty good on that bus fight. And like I said, they try to recreate it here in Nobody too, and it just like it was a cool fight. I like the end where he's punching him in the face. He keeps saying, I'm on vacation," um, and it was funny because that was in the trailer also. Uh, uh, I think his name is Colin Salmon is his actual name. Is black actor, and he basically plays the barber. So this is the guy that's pretty much giving him his assignments. It's reminiscent of it made me immediately think of Lance. Rest in peace to him. I'm blanking on his last name. His name is Lance. I know his first name was Lance. I had to look him up again to remember his name. But it's reminiscent to the guy that was in the Continental and John Wick. So it that dynamic between Hutch and the barber is what they call him. It just sort of reminded me of that. Just my issues, like I said, with this movie. It's just like the first one. It's a straightforward action film. Um, it's literally like this dude goes on vacation and nobody could just leave this dude alone. And I guess it's because of his background. They look him up and his past and stuff. But like I say, if you really like these types of action films, if you even like the first one a lot, I don't see why you wouldn't like this one. Like I said, it has the same type of action in it. Um, like I said, the boat scene wasn't terrible. What they did with the boat action scene, I just thought compared to the bus scene in the first movie, it was slightly underwhelming. Considering how brutal it was, and to watch him just beat up those Russian dudes. Sharon Stone shows up in here as like the main villain, and I hate when they do these movies with the main villain where they don't talk about this villain for damn near the entire film, like the first three-fourths of the film, and then like the last like fourth of the film, she finally comes out um, and decides she wants to do some villainous shit, and you're just kind of like, really? This, I mean, it's a little. I mean, and she, and Sharon Stone, she looks good for her age, man. I mean, she's like in her 70s or close to her 80s at this point, and I think she still looks fine for her age. I just, I wish they would have gave her a little bit more to do. I mean, I think for the little bit of role that she does have in here, she looks like she's having a really good time. Um, Hutch Mansell's wife, Becca Mansell, she actually gets more to do in here as well too. So I guess, which is cool. She didn't really do much in the first movie because she was barely in the first movie, but she actually has more to do in this movie, and I thought that was cool that they actually did that with her. Um, and this movie is going to get into the ultimate climax at the end because I mean, like I said, they brought back Christopher Lloyd and RZA's in here, so some crazy action stuff is going to go down. Um, but yeah, like I said, other than like I said, if it's like the first movie where you don't pay much attention to how bland and straightforward the plot is. I think you'll have fun with this one if you have fun with the first movie. Um, yeah, so I think I'm going to probably give this the same thing I gave the first film. I'm going to just give this a moderate recommend. It's definitely moderate. It's like I said, but it's like a really good moderate recommend. Like if you ever watch the movie, um, and you walked away and you had fun with it, that's great. You know, I think this is just literally one of those straightforward action films that you just watch and have fun with. Probably watch it with your family, watch it with some friends, have some beers or whatever, however you do it. But yeah, this is a moderate recommend. Uh, but that is my review for Nobody 2. I will have more reviews for you this week. Like I said, I'm going to try to do this more often, get more reviews out to you guys. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.